Good morning, one and all. Dear students, last class we can discuss about the magnetic effect of electric current. How should be the magnet? What are the magnetic lines? What are the characteristics of magnetic lines? This all we can be discussed. So today's sessions we can be discuss about the some of the properties of the magnetic properties, that is current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. What is the meaning of electric motor? How should be the working of electric motor? What is the meaning of electromagnetic inductions? So first of all, we can be discuss about the current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. So it means when the current carrying conductor is placed in the magnetic field, what happens we can be discussed here. So first point, so see the drawing here. So he is the one of the Andre Marie Ampere. So his name is Andre Marie Ampere. He suggested the magnet must be exert an equal and opposite force of the current carrying conductor. It is always equal and exert a current carrying conductor. So how can be the experiment should be conducted here? So the force due to magnetic field acting on a current carrying conductor can be demonstrated through the following activity. So see here. So it can take the one small aluminium rod. Okay, so this is aluminium rod which should be the 5 cm length. That is the AB. You can be taken down. So here you can be see the stand here. That stand should be some insulated copper wires. It can be added to that one. This is the can be horizontally from a stand. So this is the aluminium rod which can be freely fall on this one. So place a strong horseshoe magnet in such that the rod is lies between the two poles of the magnetic field directed upwards. So here what happens? So here, so whatever this aluminium rod is there, that rod should be hang down. Afterwards, you can be take down the one magnet, horseshoe shape of the magnet. That is the north and south pole of the magnetic field directed upwards. So you should be show to the vertical direction. So for this, put the north pole of the magnet vertically below. So north pole which is, so here this drawing should be shown that. So north pole should be which can be the, so vertically below. South pole should be the what? It should be vertically above the aluminium rod. This aluminium rods, so whatever these aluminium rods, so this is you can be connected with the key and also battery. So is it? So battery, the key and also rheostat. Now the pass a current through the aluminium rod from B to A. The direction should be B to A. So then you can be pass the current. What happens you can be seen here. So what do you observe here? So we observe that rod is displaced. So slightly should be change their directions. Is it? So that is it can be called as the displacement of the rod. So maybe see here. First we can be connected to the vertical direction. Now what happens? It should be the slightly it should be fall. Is it? So when the direction of current flowing through the rod is reversed, the rod is displaced in the opposite direction. So before conducting experiment, it should be like this. So after when the current should be passed on this, it should be slightly downwards. Is it? This suggests that a force is exerted on the current carrying aluminium rod when it is placed in a magnetic field. It means, so when the current should be passed on the any conductor, this should be also displaces, it can be changed. So when the direction of the magnetic field changes to vertical downwards by interchanging the two poles of the magnet, the direction of the force acting on the current carrying rod will be reversed. So here, when the direction of the magnetic field, it means north pole and south pole of the magnet is there now. So that poles we can be changed. So then also what happened? So here also the magnet, the direction of the force acting on the current can be rod should be the changes. So maybe it should be depend upon the not only a current carrying conductor, and also in the direction of the these magnet should be also changes. Then also the current carrying rod should be also reversed. Hence the direction of the force on the conductor conductor depend upon the direction of the current and also magnetic field. In this experiment, we can be conclude that when the direction of the force of the conductor, whatever the force of the conductor is there, that should be depend upon the magnetic field, which direction of the magnetic field we can be apply, and also current, which can be direction, that should be also depend upon that one. So here it is observed that the magnitude of the force of the highest when the direction of the current is at right angles to each other. So when the current should be passed on the right angles to each other, 90 degree. So that should be the what happen? It should be the direction of the magnetic field. It means most high power current should be passed on to that situation. So how should be the find out the direction of the force on the conductor? So this is based on we can be called as the Fleming left-hand rules. So here this is the magnetic poles, two poles. This is we can be called as the magnetic lines. So thumb, forefinger, and also middle finger we can be indicated that one. According to this rule, the forefinger, thumb, and also middle finger of the left hand is stretched out. They are mutually perpendicular to each other. So each finger should be indicated each. So first of all, so the thumb finger should be indicates to. So this is the forefinger. This forefinger indicates the direction of the magnetic field. Forefinger indicates the what? Direction of magnetic field. So like that, middle finger should be indicates the direction of the current. Thumb indicates the direction of the motion. Second one. So Fleming left-hand rule. So when we stretch the three fingers of the hand, so first of all, the thumb indicates the direction of the motion of the conductor or force acting on the conductor. So next one is the forefinger indicates the direction of magnetic field, and also middle finger indicates the what? Direction of the current. So devices that are used to current carrying conductor and magnetic fields are included. So where we can be used practical applications means, so first we can be used in the electric motors. So in our home you can be used to the electric motors. So that motors you can be used like that, the generators, loudspeakers, microphones, and also some of the measuring instruments also we can be using. So this is the practical application of the magnetic effect of electric current you can be used to that one. So based on this one, some memorable questions here. Memorize the questions. Which is the direction of the magnetic force acting on the current carrying wire placed in a magnetic field? The correct answer is, so which is the direction of magnetic force? Means perpendicular to magnetic field. Is it? Yes, perpendicular to magnetic field. So next question. So what is an electric motor? So electric motor is you can be used for the various applications, is it? So maybe in agriculture purpose or in home or any agriculture, so you can be used for that one because of the when the water or well or they can be pump the water, is it? That purpose we can be used for the electric motor. But actually how should be the work scientifically we can be see here. So electric motor means it is one of the rotating device that convert what happen. It should be electrical energy into mechanical energy. So in your home you have to the some should be the pump the water into the syntax, is it? So that is the we can be used to that one. So when the lower level of the water should be passed on to the higher level of the water or tank, that can be used here. The principle can be used to the electrical energy into mechanical energy. Electric motor is also used in important component in the, so you can be used in home, you can be used in the fans, refrigerators also you have to the behind the refrigerator you have to the seat to the that one, like that the mixer also, washing machines, computers, MP3 players, all these devices should be based on the electric motor. So without electric motor they cannot be work. So next one is, how should be the construction of electric motor? So how should be the electric motor? So these are the two poles we can be seen. north and south pole of the magnet. Two magnets you can be seen here. So this is the ABCD is the one of the rectangular coil. It should be three-dimensional. It should be. So when these are the arms, you can record AB is one arm, CD is also one arm. So when it should be the rotator. So the upper arm should be come to that one. AB should be the lower side. CD should be upper side. Like this you can be seen. So this is the you can be called as the armature rings. So this can be connected axial also you can be called. So this is you can be called as the deflection of the calorimeter. So an electric motor consists of the rectangular coil ABCD of the insulated copper wire. So this is the you can be called as the rectangular ABCD. So that should be what? It can be the wounded the number of the insulated copper wire. The coil is placed on the two poles. There is one pole is north pole, another one is the south pole. So this is the placed on the two poles of the magnetic field such as the arm. This is the we can be called as the arm. This is the AB is one arm. CD is the another arm which are the perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. So magnetic field means so this whatever this middle is there, that is the can be called as the magnetic field. The ends of the coil. So whatever two ends of the coil is there, that is ABCD is no. So that is the end of the coil is called as the P and Q. So this is the can be called as the split rings. So this is the actually can be called as the axial. So P and Q, that is the split ring. Inner side of this also called as the insulated and attached to the axial. So this is the inner one, that is the X and Y. This is the you can be called as the inner side that one. There is the brushes it can be called. The external conducting edges of the P and Q touch the two conducting stationary brushes X and Y. So when the current should be passed on this one, so Q is touches to the X and P is touches to the Y. Like this it can be seen. So see here. How should be the working? So when the current in the coil ABCD, so when the current should be passed on the some amount of the current should be passed, that should be entering up from like this, from A to B, B to C, C to D. So it should be connected with a source of the battery through the conducting brushes. So this is the you can be called as the brushes. X and Y are you can be called as the brushes, and also flow back to the battery through a brush Y. Then it should be Y, then along with the Y they can be passed on to the X. Notice that current in the arm AB of the coil from A to B. So when the current should be passed on the AB arm, so what happens? The arm CD should be flow from the CD to D. That is the opposite direction. When the current should be passed on that one, the current should be passed on to this one. So maybe this the current means AB means it should be come to like this. AB should be upper arm and also CD should be the lower arm. So we find that the force acting on the arm, it will be pushes downwards, while the force acting on the arm, it pushes it to the upwards. So when the current should be passed on that, so normally what happens, AB arm should be come to the upper side, CD arm should be come to the downward side, it can be seen. So CD pushes it upwards, thus the coil in the axial go mounted fully turn to the and axis rotate anti-clockwise. So when the CD is come to the upper arm, what happens? So this is current should be passed on the Y direction, Y to axial should be rotated. Then also what happens? This off rotation can be called as the so Y should be passed on the X, then AB should be the arm should be the downwards. You can be see it should be rotated anti-clockwise direction. That is what can be called as the off rotation. The Q makes contact with the brush X. So this is you can be taken the P and Q. So P should be what happens? It should be connected into the X. Q will be connected to the Y. So P with brush with the Y. So when the rotation should be started, what happens? This P should be the touches to the Y. Q is touches to the X. They can be seen. So these two off rotation completed. So then the pole current should be passed on to that one. The coil get reversed and the flow along the path is DCBA. So when the current in the coil is reversed, it means when the current should pass on the reverse direction, what happens? The current should be passed on to this direction, DCBA. So one off rotation should be passed on to the ABCD direction, another off rotation can be passed on the DCBA direction. The device, so like that. So I already know this is the ABCD rectangular coil. So this is the it can be called as axial. So every movement it can be seen. So AB should become and also CD should be rotated. So these two rotations should be completed, the current should be passed on that one. A device that reverses the direction of the flow of the current of the circuit, that is, can be called as a commutator. So commutator means what? So in the device that reverses the direction of flow of current through a circuit, so that is, you can be called as a commutator. So the electric motors, the split rings act as a commutators. So in electric motors, so whatever this is, we can be called as the what? Split rings. They can be act as a commutator. It means they can be helpful for the flow of the current in the reverse direction. The reversal of the current also reverses the direction of the force acting on the two arms of the AB and CD. So these are the two arms. They will be reverse the direction of the force acting on the these two arms. So this should be rotate like this. Thus the arm AB of the coil that was the earlier pushes down, now the pushes up, and the CD previously pushed up is the now pushed down. It should be like a clockwise direction. Once again AB should be come to the upper side, CD should be come to the downward side. Therefore the coil and the axle rotated off of the turn over the same direction. The reversing of the current is repeated at each off rotation period to the continuous rotation of the coil and also axle. So when the AB should be the one complete, AB should be the one rotation, that is become referred as the off rotation. Another CD should be passed on to the ABCD. When the current should be passing on the ABCD, the direction should be complete the off rotation with the reverse direction. So that is the current should be passed on the DCBA. So that is the complete the another rotations. These two off rotation should be completed the current carrying this conductor. The commercial motors can be used, where we can be used to these commercial motors. So when an electromagnet in place of permanent magnet, so it can be used to commercial motor means the electromagnet in place of permanent magnet. So where we can be used to permanent magnet, that place we can be used to electromagnet. Large numbers of turns of the conducting wire carrying coil and also soft iron core is also called is. So these are the user in the one is in the place of electromagnet, and also large number of the turns of the coil of the conducting wire is current carrying coil, and also soft iron core which is called is wound. The soft iron core which is coil is wound plus the coils, it is called armature that enhance the power of the motor. So armature means it is the one of the soft iron core. Okay, this is the one of the soft iron core which is wood plus the coils. So whatever number of turns of the coil is there now, so that should be wooded on the this soft iron core. That is we can regard as the armature. So this is the this is we can regard as the machine is armature. So like winding machines also we can be seen. This is the field winding, that is the pole pieces. That should be also we can be seen. Which instrument we can be used to converting electrical energy into mechanical energy? It means we can be called as the motors. Is it? The option should be given here: electric generator, electric motor, electric iron. So lastly, in the electric oven. The correct answer is electric motor. So next one is electromagnetic induction. So what is the meaning of electromagnetic inductions? So this is the first we can be used in the Michael Faraday. So that is the first discovered in the electromagnetic inductions. So what is the meaning of electromagnetic inductions? So see here, so previous experiment whatever we can see, there is the two sides, so north and south pole of the magnets. So this is the current should be passed on to that one. Is it? Faraday performed the experiment with a magnet and coil. So he used to the magnet and also coil. During this experiment, he found that the voltage can be induced across the length of the coil exposed to the perpendicular magnetic field when the intensity of the flux changes. So scientifically, it can be called as the flux. We can write down the pi type. Okay. So 0 more, we can write down that one. So in this experiment, we found that the voltage could be induced across the length of the coil exposed to the perpendicular magnetic field when the intensity of the flux is also changing. So it means the voltage should be what? varied because of the induced current in the length of the coil is perpendicular to the magnetic field. So what is galvanometer? So galvanometer means we can be called as the is one of the instrument. This is what can be called as the galvanometer. It can be detect the presence of current in circuit. Either it should be deflected. Either it should be zero means it is not deflected means the current should not be passed. Either it should be north or south direction. So then it should be what happens? It should be the current should be slightly reduced. The pointer remains zero means the center of the scale zero current flowing through it. So at the center of the scale for the zero current, it means no current should be flowing. It can be different either left and right of the zero mark depending upon the direction of the current. Either it should be left side should be turned, then the current should be move in the left direction. Either it should be right side means it should be right direction. Take a coil of wire. So this is how you can take from the coil. So the number of the turns of the coil, that is how you can be called as the AB having large number of the turns, that is how you can be called as the solenoid. So connect the ends of the coil in the galvanometer. These coils you can be connected to the galvanometer. Take a strong bar magnet inside this coil. Okay. So the north pole of the towards the end of the B of the coil. The north should be passed on the A, so should be come to the B side. The north pole towards the end B of the coil. So we will observe that one. The galvanometer should be deflected. When we observe the momentary deflection of the needle of the galvanometer towards the right, it indicates the presence of the current in the coil AB. So when the deflection should be passed, so the current should be, so it should be look like a right side. It means the current should be also flowing in the right directions. The deflection becomes zero moment, the motion of the magnetic is stops. So when the galvanometer should be shows in the zero means the current should not be passed on to that one. Now we draw the north pole of the magnet away from the coil. So what happened? Now the galvanometer deflected towards the left side, showing the current is now set up in the direction of the opposite to first one. So it may be south direction, it can be come to that one. It should be shows to the left side of the magnet. Place the magnet stationary at the pointer near the coil, keeping on the north pole towards the end of the B coil. So what happened means here, we see the galvanometer needle deflect towards the right when the coil is moved towards the north pole of the magnet. It means when the north pole of the magnet should be entered to that one, it should be shows to the right side. So like that, when the south pole of the magnet, it can be coming to the this one. So what happened? The galvanometer shows to the left side of the magnet. So similarly, the needle also move towards left when the coil is moved away. So it means the bar magnet, whatever bar magnet you can be taken on that one. So it can be away from that one. Then also it should be shown to the needle should be moved to the left side. When the coil is kept stationary means with respect to magnet, the deflection of the galvanometer is also zero. So when the coil is remain stationary, either it cannot be put on the coil. So solenoid, then what happens? It should be shows to the zero direction. So what will be the magnet? So this is the we can be called as the coil 1 and also coil 2. This is the we can be called as the primary coil. So this is the can be called as the secondary coil. So we observe as soon as the current in coil 1 reaches either steady value or zero. Suppose in first circuit it should be only current should be passed on that one. In coil second it will be shows to the current. Is it? So from this observation we conduct that potential difference in the induced current in the coil 2 whenever the electric current through the coil 1 is changing. So again, when the current passed on the this coil is changed, so the deflection in the galvanometer shows in the coil 2. This we can be called as the electromagnetic inductions. Coil 1 is called as the primary coil. This is we can be called as the secondary coil. This is process is the change in the magnetic field of the conductor inducing the current in the another conductor is called electromagnetic inductions. So it means by changing the magnetic field in a conductor. So when the change in the magnetic field in the conductor, so this induces the current in the another conductor. So maybe the current should be passed under this primary coil. So that should be deflected in the secondary coil. So that is we can be called as the electromagnetic induction. In practice, it can be induced current in the coil either by moving a magnetic field or by changing the magnet around it. So how do we find the direction of the induced current? So this is we can be called as the Fleming right hand rules. Again, we can be stretch the three fingers, thumb, forefinger, and also middle finger. Forefinger indicates the what? Direction of the motion of the conductor. So middle finger indicates the magnetic field. So and also the forefinger indicates the magnetic field. Middle finger indicates the induced current. According to this rule, the thumb should be indicates the motion of the conductor, the forefinger indicates the magnetic field, and also the middle finger indicates the induced current. So related to these questions, who gave the principle of electromagnetic induction? Faraday, Oersted, Volta, Ampere. The correct answer is Faraday. Is it? Next, second question. What is the instrument which can be detect the presence of electric current in a circuit coil? So that is we can be called generator, motor, galvanometer. None of the above. The correct answer is galvanometer. So next, third question. Which one of the following rules can be used to know the direction of the induced current in the circuit? Fleming left hand rule, Fleming right hand rule, right hand thumb rule, Ampere's rule. The correct answer is Fleming right hand rule. Is it? So this is the brief explanation of the current carrying conductor. Today class we can be discussing about the electric motors, working and principle of the electric motors, what is the meaning of electromagnetic induction, all this we can be discussed. Thank you and all.